Most men believe that once they add olive oil to their diet, they've already done something powerful for their health. It feels like a box checked, a smart decision made. After all, olive oil has been praised for generations as a heart-friendly, energy-supporting fat, and that reputation is well-deserved. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Very few people are willing to say out loud, after the age of 60, olive oil alone often isn't enough anymore. Not because it stops being healthy, but because the body itself no longer works the same way. And when that reality is ignored, the benefits men expect from olive oil quietly fall short. Across Mediterranean and Japanese traditions, olive oil was never meant to stand on its own. It was almost always paired, especially with vinegar. This wasn't done just for taste or tradition. It was done because the combination supported digestion, circulation, comfort, and metabolic balance. These cultures understood something modern nutrition often overlooks. Food works best in cooperation, and that cooperation becomes especially important as men move beyond 60. At this stage of life, the body naturally changes. Metabolism slows. Digestive enzymes decline. The stomach produces less acid. The gallbladder may release bile less efficiently. None of this means something is wrong. It simply means the body now needs more support to do the same jobs it once handled effortlessly. Foods that once felt light and energizing can suddenly feel heavy, slow, or uncomfortable. Even healthy fats are affected by this shift. Olive oil remains one of the most nutrient-dense foods available. It contains antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and polyphenols that support heart and vascular comfort. But here's what many senior men don't realize. When olive oil is consumed by itself, the aging digestive system often struggles to process it efficiently. Without enough digestive stimulation, fats move more slowly through the stomach and intestines. This can lead to a sense of heaviness after meals, delayed digestion, or a noticeable drop in energy. Over time, these effects dull olive oil's true impact. Many men quietly accept this sluggish feeling as a normal part of aging. They assume reduced energy after meals is unavoidable. In reality, the issue is often incomplete digestion and poor absorption. When fats move too slowly through the system, the nutrients locked inside them don't reach the bloodstream efficiently. Antioxidants are absorbed less effectively. Healthy fats aren't transported as well. The very compounds meant to support vitality and circulation lose their strength. Another key factor is bile production. Bile is essential for breaking down fats, yet bile flow often decreases with age. A younger body could easily handle a tablespoon of olive oil. An older digestive system may not have the same capacity. Without adequate bile, olive oil can linger in the digestive tract, creating discomfort or mild nausea, and preventing the body from accessing the energy men are hoping to gain. Nutrient absorption also becomes a challenge. Olive oil contains fat-soluble nutrients like vitamin E and powerful polyphenols that require a well-coordinated digestive environment. When olive oil is taken alone, especially on an empty stomach, absorption can drop because digestion hasn't been fully activated. This explains why many men say they've been using olive oil daily but don't feel noticeably better. The oil is present, but the body isn't fully receiving it. There's also the issue of post-meal fatigue. Fats naturally take longer to digest. When digestion is inefficient, the body diverts more blood to the stomach to manage the load. For senior men, this shift feels stronger. Instead of feeling energized, they feel heavier and slower. The goal was support, but the result feels like resistance. The problem isn't olive oil. Olive oil remains extraordinary. The real issue is that after 60, it often needs a partner. Something that activates digestion, improves absorption, and lightens the metabolic burden. Without that synergy, olive oil simply cannot deliver its full potential. And that missing partner is where vinegar quietly enters the picture, changing everything in a way most men have never been told. Vinegar might seem like a humble kitchen ingredient, just a splash of acidity on a salad. But for men over 60, it's far more than flavor. It's a digestive activator, a metabolic booster, and a nutrient transporter all in one. When paired with olive oil, Vinegar creates a synergy that the aging body desperately needs. It's almost like giving olive oil a key that unlocks its full potential. Without that key, the oil can linger, underperforming, and leaving you feeling sluggish instead of revitalized. The first way vinegar works is by gently stimulating the stomach. As men age, stomach acid naturally declines. Lower acidity slows the breakdown of fats, makes nutrient absorption less efficient, and leaves meals feeling heavy. Vinegar, with its natural acetic acid, raises stomach acidity just enough to ignite the digestive process. This allows olive oil to emulsify properly and move more efficiently through the digestive tract. Suddenly, the healthy fats and antioxidants aren't trapped, they're absorbed, transported, and ready to support circulation, energy, and cellular health. But vinegar doesn't stop at digestion. It also helps stabilize post-meal blood sugar. While it's not a medication, research consistently shows that vinegar moderates spikes in glucose after eating. For older men, this is a game changer. A meal that once left you feeling drowsy or weighed down can now deliver steady energy, more comfort, and a feeling of lightness. When vinegar and olive oil work together, the meal becomes more than food. It becomes a tool for maintaining balance and vitality throughout the day. Another critical benefit is nutrient delivery. Olive oil is packed with polyphenols like hydroxytyrosol and oleuropein, compounds that protect cells, support circulation, and fight inflammation. But their effectiveness depends on absorption. Vinegar primes the gut lining, creating an environment where these nutrients can move efficiently into the bloodstream. Think of it like widening the doors so more of olive oil's benefits can pass through and start working immediately. Without this priming effect, a lot of olive oil's power simply goes unused. The vinegar-olive oil pairing also helps break down fats more effectively. Normally, fats can form heavy layers in the stomach, requiring more bile and digestive effort to process. With age, bile flow slows, making this even more challenging. Vinegar acts as a natural emulsifier. It disperses the oil into smaller droplets that enzymes and bile can handle more efficiently. Meals feel lighter, digestion feels smoother, and the body can focus its energy elsewhere on movement, circulation, and daily activity rather than being locked in an inefficient digestive battle. This synergy has tangible effects on how men feel after eating. Instead of post-meal heaviness, bloating, or sluggishness, meals with olive oil and vinegar leave the body feeling lighter, more energized, and ready to move. Circulation improves because energy isn't being unnecessarily diverted to the stomach, and mobility feels easier. For men over 60, this can make the difference between sitting on the couch after lunch or taking a walk, climbing stairs effortlessly, or staying active throughout the afternoon. Vinegar also enhances satiety. Men often struggle with overeating because their digestive system sends weak signals about fullness. Pairing vinegar with olive oil helps the body recognize when it's satisfied, preventing the sluggishness and bloating that comes from excess food. Healthy fats deliver lasting nourishment, while vinegar ensures the meal doesn't overwhelm the system. Together, they create balanced, sustainable eating patterns that support energy, weight management, and metabolic rhythm. Finally, this combination improves overall comfort. The gentle acidity from vinegar supports smooth gastric emptying, prevents food from sitting in the stomach too long, and reduces abdominal tightness or pressure. Olive oil provides nourishing fats that sustain energy. The result is a post-meal experience that feels natural, light, and energizing rather than heavy or exhausting. It's a subtle shift, but one that has profound effects on daily vitality. For senior men, this isn't about following complicated routines or taking expensive supplements. It's about harnessing the simple, time-tested power of two ingredients that have worked in harmony for centuries. Olive oil brings nutrients, antioxidants, and healthy fats. Vinegar activates digestion, enhances absorption, and stabilizes energy. Together, they support digestion, circulation, and metabolic balance, helping men feel lighter, more capable, and more comfortable in their daily lives. Once you understand the power of combining olive oil and vinegar, it's easier to see why many men over 60 notice a dramatic difference in how they feel after meals. It's not magic, it's biology. As we age, the digestive system naturally slows, stomach enzymes decrease, bile flow diminishes, and the muscles that move food through the intestines become less efficient. This means even healthy fats can feel heavy and sluggish if the body isn't given a little help. Vinegar provides that help, almost like a gentle spark that gets the whole process moving smoothly. When digestion works efficiently, the body doesn't need to redirect blood to the stomach as aggressively, leaving more energy available for movement, circulation, and even mental clarity. Many men don't realize how much post-meal sluggishness can influence overall health. When you feel weighed down after eating, you move less. Walking to the mailbox, climbing stairs, or even taking a short walk after lunch suddenly feels like a chore. Reduced movement has cascading effects. Circulation slows, muscles weaken, insulin sensitivity decreases, and metabolic efficiency drops. Over time, this can contribute to inflammation, fatigue, and even hormonal imbalance. That's why the simple act of pairing olive oil with vinegar becomes so impactful. It keeps digestion efficient, helps maintain energy, and encourages natural activity, which in turn supports cardiovascular health, muscular strength, and overall vitality. Another often overlooked benefit is nutrient optimization. Olive oil contains compounds like oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol, antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, support vascular health, and protect cells. But if digestion is slow, these compounds are not absorbed effectively. Vinegar primes the digestive environment, making it easier for nutrients to enter the bloodstream. Essentially, it ensures that the olive oil you're consuming isn't just passing through your system, it's actively nourishing your body. This is particularly important for senior men, whose bodies may not absorb nutrients as efficiently as they did decades earlier. Vinegar's influence doesn't stop with digestion. It also helps regulate post-meal metabolic responses. When blood sugar spikes are moderated, the body maintains a more consistent level of energy. Men often notice that meals that once left them feeling lethargic now leave them alert, comfortable, and ready for activity. Olive oil slows digestion slightly, providing sustained nourishment, while vinegar prevents it from overwhelming the system. Together, they create a harmonious balance: steady energy, reduced bloating, and a lighter, more capable feeling after every meal. This combination also supports satiety in a natural way. Many older men struggle with overeating simply because the body's signals about fullness weaken with age. By enhancing digestion and metabolic efficiency, vinegar helps the body recognize when it's satisfied. Olive oil contributes lasting, high-quality fats, which further signal fullness. The result is a pattern of eating that prevents post-meal heaviness, encourages better portion control, and reduces the tendency to snack excessively between meals. Over time, this creates not just comfort but a sustainable approach to maintaining a healthy weight and supporting metabolic health. Importantly, this habit also affects the way men feel throughout the day. Smooth digestion reduces post-meal fatigue, making it easier to stay physically active. Circulation improves because less energy is diverted to processing food. Joint and muscular comfort benefit indirectly because the body is no longer weighed down by inefficient digestion. Mental clarity improves as energy remains more evenly distributed, rather than being absorbed by sluggish gastrointestinal activity. These subtle but cumulative effects help men feel stronger, more capable, and more motivated to stay engaged in daily life. Practical application is simple: a splash of vinegar in a salad dressing, a drizzle over steamed vegetables, or even a small mix with olive oil as a warm topping for grains or proteins is enough to activate the benefits. It doesn't require special equipment, expensive supplements, or complicated meal planning. Consistency is key. When used daily, this combination becomes a reliable habit that supports comfort, energy, and vitality without demanding drastic dietary changes. Men often notice the difference within days. Meals feel lighter, energy remains steadier, and there's a renewed willingness to move and engage with the day. Ultimately, olive oil and vinegar together are more than a culinary pairing. They're a practical, science-backed tool for supporting the aging body. By improving digestion, nutrient absorption, and post-meal comfort. This combination allows men over 60 to enjoy their food, maintain energy, and sustain mobility. It's a small adjustment with profound ripple effects, influencing not only how meals feel but how the body responds afterward. This is how a simple habit can become a cornerstone for long-term health, circulation, and vitality. As we continue exploring this simple yet powerful combination, it's important to focus on movement and energy, the two areas most affected by aging. After 60, even minor inefficiencies in digestion can translate into bigger problems: slower circulation, reduced stamina, and a general sense of heaviness after meals. Many men don't realize that what they eat directly influences how willing and able they are to move. This is where the olive oil and vinegar pairing becomes a real game changer. By improving digestion and nutrient absorption, it helps prevent the post-meal slump that often discourages activity. When digestion flows smoothly, circulation remains more evenly distributed, keeping muscles, joints, and even the brain energized. Men report feeling lighter on their feet, more motivated to walk, stretch, or engage in daily tasks, and less prone to mid-afternoon fatigue. One of the most fascinating aspects of this combination is how it subtly reshapes post-meal comfort and metabolic rhythm. Vinegar helps regulate the body's response to foods, particularly by moderating spikes in blood sugar. Olive oil slows digestion just enough to allow a steady release of nutrients, while vinegar ensures the process doesn't become sluggish. Together, they create a digestive environment that supports long-lasting energy instead of abrupt highs and lows. This means men can enjoy their meals without worrying about feeling bloated, lethargic, or weighed down for the next few hours. Over time, this consistent energy contributes not only to comfort, but to maintaining a regular activity pattern, which is crucial for cardiovascular and metabolic health. The benefits extend beyond just energy. For men over 60, maintaining muscle mass, joint comfort, and overall mobility becomes increasingly important. Inefficient digestion can create a subtle drag on the body, making movement feel harder than it should. By pairing olive oil with vinegar, the digestive system handles fats more efficiently, allowing more nutrients to reach muscles and tissues where they're needed. The healthy fats in olive oil support anti-inflammatory processes, which can reduce stiffness, improve joint comfort, and make exercise or simple movement feel easier. This combination indirectly supports longevity and quality of life by helping men stay active without overburdening their system after meals. Another remarkable effect is how this pairing influences appetite and satiety. Older men often experience weaker internal signals about fullness, leading to overeating, weight gain, or post-meal discomfort. Olive oil delivers long-lasting nourishment, while vinegar enhances the digestive process and helps the body register satiety more accurately. This creates a natural, balanced pattern of eating. Meals feel satisfying, digestion is smoother, and energy levels remain more stable. Over weeks and months, this habit can help regulate weight, reduce bloating, and support metabolic resilience without forcing drastic dietary restrictions or complicated routines. Practical application couldn't be simpler. Incorporate this combination into daily meals in a way that fits your lifestyle. A drizzle of olive oil and a splash of vinegar over vegetables, a small salad, or even cooked grains can activate digestion and support nutrient absorption. This is not about flavor alone. It's about creating a physiological advantage that allows the body to function more efficiently. Men often notice they can enjoy a variety of foods without the discomfort or heaviness that once followed. Meals feel lighter, post-meal energy is steadier, and daily activity becomes easier and more enjoyable. Ultimately, the olive oil and vinegar habit is about aligning nutrition with the natural changes that come with age. It's a tool for sustaining vitality, promoting comfortable digestion, and maintaining energy throughout the day. For men over 60, it's less about radical interventions and more about consistent, practical choices that support the body's needs. By giving the digestive system the right support, this simple pairing helps men feel lighter, more capable, and more energized, turning daily meals into a source of nourishment, not a burden. Beyond digestion and energy, one of the most underrated benefits of combining olive oil and vinegar is its impact on daily movement and overall vitality. After 60, staying active becomes one of the most important determinants of health. Simple activities walking, stretching, climbing stairs, support circulation, maintain muscle tone, and preserve joint comfort. Yet many men struggle to stay consistent because post-meal heaviness or sluggishness discourages movement. By improving digestion, this pairing removes a major barrier. Men often report feeling lighter, more willing to move, and less burdened by the fatigue that once followed meals. This subtle shift encourages regular activity, which in turn supports heart health, metabolic balance, and even mood. Another key advantage is nutrient absorption. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants, polyphenols, and fat-soluble vitamins, but without proper digestion, these compounds aren't fully utilized. Vinegar primes the stomach, stimulating enzymes and gently increasing acidity to help the body process these nutrients efficiently. The result is that energy levels stabilize, cognitive clarity improves, and the body experiences sustained vitality throughout the day. Over time, this creates a positive cycle. Better digestion supports more movement. Movement improves circulation, and improved circulation enhances nutrient delivery, amplifying the benefits of every meal. This pairing also supports balanced eating patterns. When meals digest smoothly, men are less likely to overeat or experience sudden spikes in energy, followed by crashes. The olive oil provides long-lasting nourishment, while vinegar signals fullness and moderates metabolic responses. Together, they help maintain steady energy, reduce bloating, and promote comfort, a particularly valuable combination for those managing weight or sensitive digestive systems. Practical application is simple and sustainable. A drizzle of olive oil and a splash of vinegar over cooked vegetables, salads, or grains is enough to activate this synergy. It doesn't require complicated recipes, expensive supplements, or major lifestyle changes. Instead, it offers a small, consistent adjustment that creates noticeable improvements in digestion, energy, and daily comfort. Over weeks and months, these subtle changes accumulate, helping men feel lighter, more capable, and more confident in their bodies. In essence, the olive oil and vinegar pairing isn't just a culinary trick, it's a practical tool for supporting natural vitality, metabolic efficiency, and overall well-being. For men over 60, it transforms meals from potentially heavy, draining experiences into opportunities for nourishment, comfort, and sustained energy, laying the foundation for healthier, more active days. Finally, let's talk about putting all of this into daily practice and why it matters so much for men over 60. The olive oil and vinegar combination isn't about quick fixes or flashy trends, it's about creating habits that support your body's natural rhythm, your energy, and your ability to move comfortably throughout the day. Men often underestimate the cumulative effect of small, consistent changes, yet this simple pairing can transform how meals feel, how your digestion functions, and how energized you remain from morning to night. Start with small, practical steps. In the morning, add a drizzle of olive oil and a splash of vinegar to vegetables, eggs, or a light salad. This jumpstarts digestion, primes nutrient absorption, and creates a steady metabolic response that lasts well into the afternoon. At lunch, repeat the process with lean proteins or cooked vegetables to prevent the midday slump that many men over 60 experience. By evening, using the combination with a lighter dinner can support smoother digestion, reduce bloating, and even improve sleep quality. These aren't dramatic changes, they are gentle, sustainable adjustments that respect the natural shifts that occur in the aging body. Consistency is key. Unlike supplements that are often overhyped or ineffective, olive oil and vinegar work with your body's physiology. They enhance digestion, support circulation, and help maintain energy without forcing your body to adapt unnaturally. Over time, you'll notice that meals feel lighter, your motivation to stay active increases, and daily energy becomes more reliable. This creates a positive cycle. Better digestion leads to easier movement, which improves circulation, which enhances nutrient delivery, supporting even greater vitality. Remember, This isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Pay attention to how your body responds. Start gradually, notice the effects on digestion, energy, and post-meal comfort, and adjust based on your experience. For many men, the shift is subtle but powerful, a renewed sense of control over how they feel after every meal, and a foundation for maintaining health, mobility, and confidence well into their later years. In the end, the olive oil and vinegar pairing is about more than flavor. It's about supporting your body, enhancing comfort, and encouraging movement in a way that feels natural and achievable. For men over 60, this simple, time-tested habit is a small daily choice with a profound impact on digestion, energy, and overall quality of life. By embracing this combination, you're not just improving meals, you're supporting a lifestyle that keeps you active, capable, and vital every single day.